You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset. I'm your host, Tony Gianni, here today with my co-host, Gianni Gianni. How are you, Gianni?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to have another episode today. Looking forward to some of our great topics. Tony, where do you want to start?
Let's talk about Game 7 of the NBA Final.
How was it? I saw a little bit of the highlights, but I figured you had an opinion on the game.
Yes, I thought in a crucial moment in the second half, the Indiana Pacers played garbage.
Yeah?
Absolutely, yes.
You said last podcast that Tyrese Halliburton was playing with an injury, and he left this game injured, didn't he?
Yes, well, he started the first few minutes and played on fire. He scored 9 points with 3 3-pointers, but left around 3 minutes to go in the first quarter because he tore something in his leg.
Gosh, that has to suck. Imagine, you're bringing your team to this huge moment. It's games. You want nothing more than to help them get over this hump and to win this championship, and this happens to you. That has to suck.
It does, but...
But his team didn't show up either.
Well, they showed up the first half. They actually had a 1-point lead going into halftime, but that second half, they just completely vanished. Nobody showed up.
Now, Pascal Siakam, he's one of their better players. How did he do?
Yes, he's the leading scorer. He scored 16 points. He must have had scored all of those 16 points in the first half because I did not see him show up in that second half.
Sheesh. That does not sound great. But the Pacers have a good team. They've got depth, right?
Oh, absolutely. But they did not show up like this one. Like Aaron Nesmith only scored 3. Miles Turner, a good center, scored 6. Apparently the other two guards, Andrew Nesmith, scores 15 points.
Andrew
Nemmeyer.
I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, Andrew
Nemgard.
Andrew Nemmeyer scored 15 points, but again, he must have had that in the first half.
Well, you think about it. That's 15 points in 37 minutes. That's not a lot for 37 minutes of gameplay.
Johnny, there's 48 minutes in all of the game, so he rested. That's more than 3/4.
Now, who is Benedict Mathurin?
Benedict Mathurin. Well, I gotta tell you something. He showed up in that second half.
He's good.
In the fourth quarter. Yeah, and he's like a backup. He's not even a sixth man. No, I can't. And T.J. McConnell, he was the one who showed up.
T.J. McConnell. That's not an older guy, is it?
He is, yes.
Shouldn't he be on, Social Security right now?
Well,
how old is this man? Let's see.
Let's
Google this real quick.
Yo, it's
33.
33.
That's not that old for the NBA. That's pretty old. That's a decent showing for an old guy.
Yep.
And then Obi Toppin.
Oh,
people know we're Yankees fans. They should know
and Knicks fans.
We're Knicks fans. I don't know if I'm happy to see him not get a championship. I'm happy to see. Wait a second. He played 21 minutes and had 0 points?
Yeah, absolutely. 0 points.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so how did the Thunder do?
Well, the Thunder players showed up. The leading scorer, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, scored 29 points.
With 12 assists and 5 rebounds. That's quite nice.
Yeah, but how about Chet Holmgren, though? He scored 18 points. He had 8 assists and had 5 big blocks in the game.
That's 8 rebounds, but yes. 5 blocks in a game?
Yes.
Sheesh, that's insane. That's a lot of blocks.
Yep.
We're playing Tetris with those blocks. Okay, so what else really stood out to you about this series? Do you think the Thunder deserve this? Do you think this is a big deal for the franchise?
Yes, I think this could be a dynasty for the franchise. They have the young players. They have, and speaking of Knicks fans, look, Isaiah Hartenstein for us. He went to OKC and he won a championship. But to him, Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous, Jalen Williams, we could see them back in the finals.
They're a good team. They can build on this, can't they?
Yeah.
All right, Tony, let's talk soccer. What happened in the USA-Haiti game?
USA was dominant.
Okay. What went well, what went poorly?
Well, bad goalkeeping. Mistake by the keeper.
Freeze?
Freeze.
Yeah. I saw that when he scuffed the ball. So his defender played it back to him, and when your defender plays it back to you, you're not allowed to use your hand as a goalkeeper. You have to use your feet. So it looks like he tried to pass it back to the player, or at least chip it up over the player, but he scuffed it. Haiti got the ball, and they scored a pretty decent goal, but at this level, you really can't afford to be making these mistakes. And the thing is, Tony, the USA team, they're not starting Matt Turner right now. Matt Turner is an interesting goalkeeper. Played a little bit in the Premier League. He hasn't really been that popular as of late in the Premier League. Played pretty decently, I think, in the championship this last year. But the thing is, he's been our goalkeeper for all the World Cups recently.
Well,
right?
where is Matt Turner?
So Pochettino basically said, you know what? Nothing against Matt, but we know what Matt's capable of. We want to see what Freeze is up to, because Freeze has been really good at New York City FC. And you know what? Freeze has been fine throughout the tournament. He's been good. But this was a big mistake. And all good goalkeepers have a good mistake in them. But you really just can't afford to do this. I'm happy if this is his only mistake of the tournament in a game that doesn't count. But it almost cost the USA team the game. But the USA team did score 2 goals. Let's talk about those goals. The first one by Malik Tillman. Did you see that header?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was electric. And the cross in by Aronson was amazing. That was a great headed goal, just like Chris Richards, which we mentioned last podcast. Also, last podcast, I mentioned that Chris Richards was the only person in the Premier League who's making a significant difference that also plays for the U.S. men's national team. Now, although that's more or less true, at least in this iteration of the U.S. men's national team, Anthony Robinson, who's usually our starting left back, also has contributed a whole lot for Fulham this past season. So I don't want to take that from Anthony Robinson. I'm a big fan of the Jedi himself. That being said, there was another really good goal. Did you catch that one by Ajiman?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was great. So Tony and I were recording right now from Wilmington, North Carolina, where we're headquartered. But we are relatively close to Charlotte, and we're Charlotte FC fans, more or less. So it's cool to see the Charlotte FC young striker do well in this tournament. He's been electric as well. So it's been a lot of fun, and you know what? The USA advances. And now, Tony, I want to talk a little bit about the Chanticleers. The Chanticleers, that's what they're called, right?
Yes, yeah.
The Chanticleers, who played LSU. So the Chanticleers, that is Coastal Carolina. You know what their mascot is? Do you know what a Chanticleer is?
No, I don't.
It is a chicken. That is why, for dinner, I served you grilled chicken. You know why?
Why?
Because the chicken lost in the end, right? Chicken fighting is illegal, but I guess the College World Series was fine with it. So talk to me about that game. It was a best of 3, and LSU won both of them.
Yes,
and now they are national champions for the College World Series.
The 8th time national champion.
It's their 8th time being national champions? Yep. So are they a little bit of a dynasty themselves? They're a good program?
Yes, they've won the last 2 out of the 3.
Sheesh, that's pretty good. Are they better at baseball than they are at football?
Yes, they are.
They're good at football, but they're probably great at baseball.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. There was a little bit of controversy, though, in this game, too, right? What happened? Walk me through that.
So, absolutely. So, it happened at the bottom of the 4th. Now, college, it's a little bit different, but see, Coastal Carolina is a higher ranked team, but they switched around. So, game 2, they were batting second. But in the bottom of the 4th, their head coach got thrown out of the game because he was arguing balls and strikes
with the ref,
with the umpire.
Yeah. So I saw the video of him doing this, and I saw his post game thing where he was pretty respectful of LSU. I think we all know that LSU is the better team. They're probably going to win, right?
Yes.
But I will say, I think what was interesting is the umps kind of give him a warning. The coach is like, I can't really hear what you're saying. He steps forward. And then the ump pretty much just like shuns him and shushes him like he's a child. And the ump finally is like, oh, you know what? We're giving you a warning because you're arguing balls and strikes. And he holds up a 3 and he says, well, you missed 3 calls. And then the ump throws him out. Do you think in the bottom of the 1st inning, in a game that the Chanticleers have to win to remain alive in the College World Series final, do you think it's fair for the umpire to make that decision and throw out the coach?
No, I don't think it's fair.
Does it make you upset?
No, it doesn't make me upset because even though LSU was the better team, LSU was still going to win.
That's fair. But the name of the podcast is Tony's Upset. So I'm going to take a moment, not as Tony, but as Gianni, to be upset and say that I think the umpire just needs to grow up. Now, I don't actually know what the coach said. That's the disclaimer I'm going to give. The coach explained, his side of the story, and of course he sounds right in his side of the story. For all we know, the coach was saying things about his mother. For all we know, he was making crude jokes about the umpire or the umpire's spouse, whatever it is. A bunch of things could have been happening that we could not hear because we could only see the coach's angry facial expressions. But I think it is rude to throw a coach out in the first inning. And you know what? The coach didn't even throw, what is it called? A base. He didn't even throw a base. He didn't storm the mound.
Well, it was that umpire, though. The guy who came in to help wake it up.
Oh my goodness. If you have not seen this video, one of the umpires runs in to get in between the umpire in question and the coach, and he just stumbles backwards like he's flopping in soccer. It's ridiculous. I think it was an accident. I don't think he was trying to sell a foul or something. But I think it was just stupid. I think if you're an umpire, you have to read the room and be like, you know what?
In the biggest game of the year.
Biggest game of the year. For some of these guys for Coastal Carolina, the biggest games of their career.
Yeah.
And they're going to need their coach there with them. You shouldn't be throwing them out.
No.
You should have the peace of mind to be patient, right? To be kind. Now, the thing is, I know it's baseball. I know it's an industry. I know it's a multi-million-dollar industry. With NIL money, something we'll probably talk about on this podcast, there's a lot going on. But I don't know. Did I leave anything out here? You got any other opinions?
No,
here?
I think it was perfect. If he would have done it, he would have done it maybe extras, but not where the game just started.
Yeah, I would have been fine if it was in the 8th inning, the 7th inning. But I think there's an argument to be made that the coach should have read the room too and been like, hey, my players need me. I can't afford to be running my mouth. But also as a player, if the umpire's giving your team the short end of the stick, I like to see my coach go out and go to bat for me. I like to see my coach go before me and declare, this isn't fair. I need to stand up for my players. What do you think there?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I completely agree.
You have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well, let's move on to our last topic today. Believe it or not, we have a listener question. So, if you look at the description in our podcast, there is an email that you can send us your questions. And please do. Please tell us what in the world of sports gets you angry. Please ask Tony any questions you have about the world of sports, because I'll tell you, Tony knows a whole lot about a whole lot of topics. And if he doesn't, I know a little bit about a lot of topics. And if neither one of us know, we've got ChatGPT, Google, and YouTube at our disposal. We're a lot smarter than you think with those tools. So let's get into this listener question that came from a man named Caleb Fisher, aspiring law student, by the way. So law firms, if you're listening, hire this man. Let's see what Caleb's question is. I don't know if I read it out to you yet, Tony. Here we go. Hey, Tony, long-time listener, first-time caller here. This is only our second full episode, and it's not even out yet, so I don't know what long time means, but we'll give it to him. Tony, you know what I'm upset about? How about heavyweight champion Jon Jones wasting 2 years of Tom Aspinall's career by not fighting him just to retire this past weekend? An absolute disgrace for the GOAT of combat sports. But Tony, you know what? People who avoid fights because they are afraid to lose cannot be goats because they are chickens, and chickens cannot be goats. That's just common sense. Tony, who's Tom Aspinall? What's this deal with Jon Jones? For those of you who do not know, this is a UFC question. Tony actually knows quite a lot about the UFC. Tony doesn't even need notes on this one. I'm just throwing him the ball. What do you got, Tony? Go off.
So, Caleb, I would have to agree with you. I would have loved to see Jon Jones fight Tom Aspinall.
Have they fought before?
No, they have not.
But was there a desire for them to
Yes,
fight?
there was a desire by all UFC fans. But Jon Jones is the greatest heavyweight of all time. And yes, he's been through some controversy with steroids, whatever. But see him fighting, he's just has beaten all of them. And I know that a lot of people thought, hey, Tom Aspinall could have been the one to beat him. But there's a lot of other fights that we could have saw. But Jon Jones will go down as one of the best fighters in UFC history. Sometimes you get the fights you want to see, sometimes you just don't.
So do you think he's the GOAT of UFC? At least from a heavyweight perspective. That's what he was, a heavyweight, you said?
Well, he finished his career as a heavyweight. He started his career as a light heavyweight.
Okay. I don't understand the weight system, and and we're not going to explain it on the podcast. I just laugh at the words bantamweight or bantamweight or whatever. It's just silly to me. Featherweight. You have grown men fighting in featherweight. I have friends.
Well, it's pounds, Gianni.
I know, but like
pounds.
I don't know, small, medium, large. I guess it's more marketable.
Well, how much do you weigh?
I don't want to go into that on the podcast. I'm rounding 200 myself. So I guess I mean it is.
So
funny,
you wanna fight a 130-pound versus a 200-pound man?
I have fought guys. I do a little bit of jiu-jitsu myself, by the way. I'm not going to toot my own horn here. I have fought guys 50 pounds lighter than me. I got put into my first leg triangle the other day by my friend Jon. Jon, if you're listening, that was an amazing leg triangle. I almost cried. Oh my goodness. I was just like sitting there. My friend Jon was like, all right, now I'm going to do this. Put me in a leg triangle, man. I was suffocating. He was crushing my rib cage. And I was like, this is the end. I have to say goodbye to my wife. I don't have kids, but I'm saying goodbye to my cat. This is the end. I mean, it was insane. I'll have to take you to jiu-jitsu with me. That all being said, though, we're in agreement that he's, at least generally speaking, one of the GOATs of the sports.
Yes.
Do you think him not fighting Tom Aspinall affects that, or no?
No. I think what Jon Jones has done in his career doesn't affect it.
It's Bone Jones, right? That's his name.
That's his nickname, Bone Jones.
Yeah.
But
my first time, I actually went to a bar to watch a UFC fight. I was in Chicago, and I was with some guys. Really, really interesting. It was my first time ever watching UFC. We were there for like 4 hours. And what's his name? Ben Askren?
Ben Askren, yes.
I watched him.
Oh, well.
I watched him get kneed in the face within 4 seconds. You ever seen that fight?
Yes.
Because apparently every single fight he runs into the ring and he bobs his head, and his opponent just hated him. And he knew exactly what to do, and he ended that fight in like 5
seconds. That
was an insane fight. And then later on we saw Jones fight, and I think he won that night.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right.
But wait, Gianni, speaking of Ben Askren, he's been in a hospital. He's not doing well.
What happened?
So
he took another knee to the face?
No. I don't know the full story, but...
Well, that's why we got Google right here. I was just Googling while Tony was speaking to make sure I didn't say Ben Askren, like the nose thing. Ben Askren faces life-saving transplant. Oh, man.
He's been on a ventilator.
I should not have been making jokes about him. Public donation appeal. Okay, we're not cutting this from the podcast because this is funny. Well, it's not funny that he's in the hospital, but we will be praying for his well-being, and we'll keep y'all updated as we continue through. Tony, is there anything else that you are upset about? Anything else in the world of sports you want to talk about? I know you were curious about the Knicks head coach, firings there. You got anything else you want to talk about, or you want to save that for the next episode?
Let's save that for the next episode, but I'd like to say, let's just hope the Knicks have a new head coach by then, or you probably will hear me rant about it.
Last question I have for you, because I have not been paying attention. Has Aaron Rodgers found a team to play for yet?
Yes, he has. The Pittsburgh Steelers. And as he opens up as the Pittsburgh Steelers play the New York Jets in Week 1. But Justin Fields might be our quarter.
Dude, I love Justin Fields. We'll talk about that in another episode.
Yes, me too.
We are Jets fans. We're moderately Giants fans. More Jets fans than we are Giants. Jets, Yankees, Knicks. You already know the run.
Some Mets fans.
Not in our family.
Yes.
That's fair. There's a couple of us. I thought you meant between you and I. I was like, I'm not a Mets fan. I'm not wearing a wire. But no, that's interesting. Okay, so that's fair. I will say, I really do hope the Jets just demolish Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And it's fun. You know what? I wish him the best. I think the Steelers...
Well, hopefully not after the first snap, but after the fourth snap, we demolish him and he'll get a victory.
Yeah. Just do it again. I'll say one more thing. You know what? I like that he's playing for the Steelers after he stole all that money from the Jets, and he stole all the hopes and dreams of the Jets fans. Tony, got anything else you want to say?
Nope, I'm good for today.
We're out of here, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Tony's Upset. I'm Tony Gianni. I messed up.
That's okay.
I didn't say I'm your host. Welcome to Tony's Upset. I'm your host, Tony Gianni.
Calm down. Take a breath and then do it. You don't have to rush either. Take your time with it.